Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. Now, here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
And welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again, whether you're tuning in on the radio dial here in Mississippi at WYAD 94.1 FM. We welcome you all back to our program. Also, those joining us through our online affiliates around the world, including our Heart family. We're glad to have all of you with us as well. We're excited to welcome recording artist Andy Stokes to our program today. Now, Mr. Stokes is celebrating a brand new single called Best Day Ever. You all will be hearing it a little bit later in our program. We're going to talk to him not only about the musical journey that he's been on, but what it's been like for him to share this with the world and to see the response. If you're just now hearing about the new single, we'll remind you at the end of our segment how you can be able to get it for yourself. But Mr. Stokes, hello to you and welcome to the program.
I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
The pleasure is definitely all mine. You are right now really on a high ride, Mr. Stokes. You're celebrating, as I said, the release of the brand new single, Best Day Ever. We're going to remind our audience a little bit later how they can get it and even let them hear it. What has it been like for you to know that not only, of course, the love of music that you have, but what has it been like for you to share that with the world?
It's very exciting. You know, I'm just trying to create feel-good music for everybody to enjoy. You know, it's like when I listen to Bruno Mars. You know, he's brought back that feel-good music that everybody wants to bob their head to, dance to, drive in the car to, and so I have always been the type of artist that I'm trying to make people feel good. You know, unconditional love, as if you want to call it that. You having a bad day? Listen to what I'm doing. You know, I'm going to make you feel good with the music that I'm doing, and that's always been my thing. I'm an entertainer. So if you're going to come see me, I'm going to make you remember when you leave, you know, that you had a great time or the music was good. And so that's how I always, approach what I'm, as an artist, what I'm doing. So
right. And Mr. Stokes, the other thing about that is that you've been able to do this now for decades. I mean, being able to real music lovers. So to have different generations that have gotten to know and enjoy your music has definitely been a blessing. When did you first realize that music was that gift for you, that you knew that this was what you were supposed to be doing?
In 11th grade, when I was a junior in high school. I realized I had a voice. My father was a big music guy. He had all the records, from every artist back then. And so our thing was, we get in the living room and we would, on Saturdays, my dad and he would put on his records and I would, get up in the living room with a broomstick sometimes, pretending I was the singer and do all that. And so, but I used to sit in my room, doing homework or whatever. And, I would just start singing. I would listen to artists and I was always trying to sing it my way. How would I sing it? Once I found out I had a voice I could sing with. So that's how I got started. And then after that, I was a football guy and I got a scholarship and to Oregon and everything else as far as music, it was I was blessed into hanging around some friends and somebody hearing me sing, hey, you want to join the band? Yes, a guy named Ben Wolf, bass player. He's now a professor at Juilliard in New York, and also was a bass player for Harry Connick. He said, hey, man, you want to join the band? I go, why not? And then, that was in 1980. And then I was blessed to go from there to other artists, with some members of the group Pleasure, who was big time for Portland, and formed the new band. And we got signed with A&M, and then the world was able to hear me, and I went solo and tried to make my mark on the world with the original music that I was trying to write. And so I've been pretty blessed and lucky to be in the right place at the right time for somebody who never took music or even entertained the thought of being a recording artist. So I'm pretty blessed and lucky. I didn't, definitely didn't get here by myself.
When you were saying how blessed you were, I thought about the post you made recently on Facebook, going to the Grammys, and that was the word that you used with that post, was blessed. I think it says so much though about not only your dedication, but also the consistency. Because I think one of the things I noticed about one of the comments on that post, Mr. Stokes, about when you posted about the Grammys was, one of your fans said, how much they enjoyed watching the journey. Do you think your appreciation for the journey and knowing, like what you just said, that you didn't get here by yourself, that's one of the reasons why you've been able to have the longevity that you've had?
Yes. If you stay humble, you don't get here by yourself, because as you try to make your mark on, this musical world, you write songs and people want to hear your songs, but first impression is the big thing. So I think growing up watching, the James Browns and the big entertainer on stage is my thing is I'm an entertainer. Right. And you appreciate your fans. Because without them coming to see you as you coming up through the local scene, you're not going to get too far. So I've been blessed to, that God gave me this voice and people enjoyed it. And as I rose up, the crowds started coming. And I always thanked everybody who's helped me get there, especially a guy who doesn't know how to write music, doesn't know how to read music or even play an instrument, to be in the position I am now. And it was because of everybody who helped me get there, from the fans and other artists and producers, who've taught me so I can learn how to do what I do. And, I have a great team around me now that, has helped me, get to the next level. And, when I got to write with some great people in LA, and, Best Day Ever came out, and I wrote everything on the record. Co-wrote everything on the record with the amazing songwriters, producers, and I'm always gonna come back to this. Cyrus, I'm blessed. I'm blessed and lucky and grateful that I've been in positions to have people have my back. To teach me. And enjoy what I'm doing. And my fans mean a lot to me. So.
And I know they appreciate that as well, Mr. Stokes. I want to say, for those who are just tuning in, either on the radio side or online, you're listening to Conversations Live. We're excited to welcome Mr. Andy Stokes to our program today. He's celebrating his brand new single out now called Best Day Ever. You all are about to hear that single here for yourselves. Before we hear the single, though, Mr. Stokes, you mentioned, of course, this particular song. What I love about your music, and I was telling someone this earlier before we went on the air here, is that, you do have something for everyone. And I think that's the beautiful thing about music, that music breaks down so many different barriers. I noticed even when I was prepping for your segment over the weekend, I see your videos. You have every one of your videos, white, black, young, old. Is that one of the things that you realized early on, that music had that power to do what so very few things can?
Exactly. Music is for everybody. It doesn't matter what race, what color you are. Music touches people, from 18, 15 to 65. If you have the right song, and it's a feel-good song, that, you can touch a lot of people. You get put in genres, R&B this, urban this, and, hip-hop this. But if you got this song that can touch all those barriers, then, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to be, this music is supposed to be in this category or that category. You do music, so, music's for everybody to love. And that's what I'm all about. So, there's no color in music. Music can't see color. Music just makes me feel good. So that's my thing. We are, as entertainers, we're here to heal. And
And no, I'm sorry. I was just going to say, I think that's why people respond to the music the way that they do, and why you have the fan base that you do. Let's go back to Best Day Ever here. How did this song come about, Mr. Stokes? How did this song originally begin?
Best Day Ever was inspired by my wife, and because that was what her and I would say at the end of every day, no matter how the day goes. Before we went to sleep, we said, "You look at each other, best day ever." And we say goodnight to each other. Okay, but Best Day Ever, everybody. It's for everybody. It's inspired by my wife, but that song is for everybody. Everybody has a best day ever. Everybody does. And so that's, when you listen to the song, it just makes you feel good. I mean, from the beginning until the end, because it's it makes you think, hey, what is my best day ever? Oh, that was my best day ever. And so I think it touches a lot of people, and all over. Everybody had the best day ever. And it was inspired by my wife, and
wow.
She is the best day ever for me. So,
amazing.
Blessed man. Yeah. So,
well, look, I know that makes her feel good every time she's able to hear it, right?
Yeah. That's my music's for everybody. I'm trying to touch everybody,
right.
and
right,
and enjoy. I look at the smile on the face, and if I do something vocally and somebody just get excited, and you're like, okay, good, I'm doing my job. So yeah.
Well, for those who have not had a chance to hear it, here is your opportunity. Here is Best Day Ever by recording artist Andy Stokes. We'll be back with our final moments with Mr. Stokes right after this.
Oh, baby. Oh, baby. No. Oh, yeah. I can't believe that you're in my life. Oh, I can't believe you became my wife. I pretty baby, 'cause I've been waiting for someone like you. Yes, it's true. Me and you, baby. Oh, nobody else but you for me, girl. And let you know that, gotta let you know that, alright, that. And know that I wanna be that man for you, baby. Girl, it's the best day ever. It's the best day ever. It's the best day ever. You're the best day ever. It's the best day ever. Oh, yeah. Yes, it's the best day ever. It's the best day ever. The first time I laid my eyes on you, I knew that you were the one for me. Been waiting so long for you to come in my life, baby. Oh, there's no more waiting, no. 'Cause I'm here with you now, baby. Let me be the one who's gonna love you forever. It's the best day ever, baby. It's the best day ever. The best day ever. The best day ever. The best day ever. Been shaking into my life. It's the best day ever. Best day ever. It's the best day yet, best day yet. Oh. Look at the way you make me feel. Hey. It's the best day. Hey girl, the way you love me, I can't explain it sometimes, but it feels real good to me. Real good to me. Real good to me. Real good to me. And I love the way you love me, baby, baby. Baby. Oh, yeah. It's the best day ever. It's the best day for me. Oh, it's the best day ever. And do you know that? Do you know? It's the best day ever. The best day ever for me and you. Yes, it is. Do you know how I'm feeling right now? Oh, yeah. The best day ever, girl. The best day ever.
That again was Best Day Ever by recording artist Andy Stokes. It's available now through our partners at Amazon.com or through your favorite online retailer. So make sure you all do get it for yourself, and make sure you share it with your friends as well. I'm going to tell you here in just a moment how you can stay connected with Mr. Stokes. Last thing I want to talk to you about, I know you're preparing for the upcoming album called Now. The title of that really, really stood out to me, Mr. Stokes, because one of the things I've been struggling with myself is appreciating where I am and being present with that and not thinking so far ahead, which I think is our obvious inclination as human beings. What does this project now mean for you?
It's now, just like the title of the album is. It's you have to be, if you're going to be in a journey and you're going to focus on where you want to go, you can't step too far ahead of yourself. You got to be right in the journey, right now, where you are. The next day is the next day. But like today, I'm in the journey with you. I'm on the radio, being blessed to have an interview with Cyrus, for iHeartRadio, and you accept where you are right now, and because you never know what tomorrow's going to bring. So my last album was called Full Circle because I came full circle, and then and that album did pretty good. So I said, okay, we've elevated. This is now.
Yeah.
This is now. We see where it goes. Stay in the moment right now. That's what it. That's why we named it. That's why I named it that. It's like, okay, right now, I'm getting to the next level. So now is where I got to stay focused. Appreciate where you came from, but you need to focus on where you are now. So,
for sure. It's a great reminder for all of us, for sure, and we appreciate you sharing that with us. Again, everyone, Mr. Andy Stokes has been our guest. Great conversation with you. Mr. Stokes, make sure you all stay connected with him through his website. It's www.andystokesmusic.com. Again, it's www.andystokesmusic.com. Now, you heard me reference his social media earlier. You can find all of that right on his website, as well as, of course, be able to support the new music. Make sure you all get it again from your favorite online retailer, and make sure you call your favorite radio station and make sure they're playing Best Day Ever. Mr. Stokes, I really appreciate the time. I know it's a crazy busy time for you right now. But, look, I hope you'll come back. We'd love to have you back on the program again.
Anytime. Just let me, when you want to do it, I will definitely make time to talk to you again. Thank you so much for having me on your show. And, the song, the single is out on all digital platforms now. And we're going to do a pre-sale for the album on February 1st. So make sure everybody's aware of that. Yeah, and so we're gonna try to, everybody go get it and enjoy the CD with the EP, and because all the music on there is feel good. You're gonna feel good after you listen to it. That's it.
So make sure you all do get it again, Mr. Stokes. Thank you, and look, you have a great one. Okay.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Bye. And we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live. If you all came in late and missed part of the conversation with Mr. Stokes, don't worry. Thanks to our online friends, you all can catch the replay right after we go off the air. The link is already available through our social media sites, so head over to Facebook.com/Cyrus Webb or go to Twitter.com/Cyrus Webb. If you click on the link there, you can listen to the show completely for free and share with your friends from there, too. Until next time, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying, as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Make sure you take out time to enjoy some good music as well as a great book. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Live today. You all make it a great one.